The 49ers 2023 schedule has been released, and I'll tell you what, there is a lot of travel on it. Nearly 30,000 airplane miles for the 49ers, assuming they don't take an East Coast stopover this year. And as you can see in the schedule, there might not be much room for an East Coast stopover because there is a gap in between Cleveland and Minnesota in October where there are two straight games in the Eastern and Central time zones respectively, but that Minnesota game is on Monday night. So maybe the 49ers fly out this entire schedule this season instead of setting up base elsewhere. But anyway, nearly 30,000 miles. As you can see, there are 4 early body clock starts, 4 10 a.m. starts Pacific time for the 49ers on the East Coast. They had 5 back in 2017. They complained to the league about it. Only had 3 last year. There were years where they only had 2. But this year, there are going to be 4, so that's going to be tough for the 49ers. Schedule opens up at Pittsburgh on September 10th. Should still be good weather there, but we said that last year with Chicago. Ended up being a monsoon, so you never know when you leave California in September. At the Rams in week 2, so 2 straight road games to open up for the 49ers. Then a quick Thursday night turnaround for the home opener on Prime, right? Thursday night football against the New York Giants, who were a playoff team last year. October 1st, week 4, that's the Arizona Cardinals at home. The Cowboys, they're coming into town on Fleet Week. Talked about that earlier today. That was one of the earlier releases. So the Blue Angels might make a pregame flyover because that's going to be a Sunday night football game on October 8th against the Cowboys. Then the 49ers make an intriguing trip to Cleveland. Kyle Shanahan coached their offensive coordinator in 2014. That's going to be on October 15th. It's Cleveland and then Minnesota. That's a nice stadium in Minneapolis. That is the 8-day gap right there, right? Between the 15th and the 23rd, which might see the 49ers do an East Coast stopover, but probably not just because they don't play until Monday night against Minnesota. Then the Bengals on October 29th at home. So Joe Burrow coming into Levi Stadium might be the best offense the 49ers face. Maybe the Eagles qualify for that. That's a little bit later in the season. Nice centrally located bye for the 49ers in week 9. It's going to be in early November. And then a trip to Jacksonville coming off the bye. Not to London, to Jacksonville. Last time the 49ers were in Jacksonville, the Jaguars were a whole lot worse with Urban Meyer and about to get fired actually that year, and Trevor Lawrence being a rookie. Jacksonville a lot better now this time around. Return home for the 49ers November 19th against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then it's a Thanksgiving game against the Seahawks. The 49ers play on both Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day. And there will be jets flying above Santa Clara on Christmas Day because that game is here. I guess I should say Christmas night because that's a Monday night game against the Ravens, but we'll get to that in a bit. The Thanksgiving game against the Seahawks, that's what I call the Philly sandwich or the Philly cheesesteak because it sandwiches Philadelphia. Seattle at Seattle for the November 23rd Thanksgiving game. Then at Philly for the Showdown NFC Championship rematch, and then against the Seahawks at Levi Stadium following that. December 10th against the Seahawks for the 49ers. So it's Seattle, Philly, Seattle. To me, that's the toughest 3-game stretch on the schedule because the Seahawks are a rising stock this season. It seems they had a good draft. It seems that the vibes are good coming out of Seattle. So they'll challenge the 49ers, and that 3-game stretch will certainly challenge the 49ers. There's good news. They play Seattle on a Thursday night, Thanksgiving. So maybe the 49ers will come in to that game against Philadelphia with a little extra rest, a little extra spunk in their steps. Following the December 10th game against Seattle, 49ers head to Arizona, December 17th at the Cardinals. Then that Christmas Day, Monday night game against the Ravens. And then a New Year's Eve matchup in Washington, D.C. against the Commanders. And then finally, we'll see when that Rams game in Week 18 is. But certainly, the schedule's always fascinating. Nearly 30,000 travel miles for the 49ers based on that schedule, second to only the Seahawks, who are at about 31,000 in the NFL. 4 early body clock starts is tough for the 49ers, but it's not meant to be easy. It's the NFL. They play some good quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow on that list. There's going to be showdowns up and down the board and interesting cities to travel to as well. Between Pittsburgh, we'll have some Primanti cheesesteak sandwiches there. Cleveland, got to see what their food scene's all about. Minneapolis, obviously, they got rave reviews for their stadium. So we'll be all around the country, including Washington, D.C. for New Year's Eve. Could be worse places to spend New Year's Eve. That's the 49ers schedule. Where will they finish up? Leave it in the comments section. You think they're going to be 12-5, 13-4? That was the record last year. think my prediction's 12-5, but I reserve the right to alter it here over the course of the season. Let me know what you think of the 49ers schedule. You can discuss away in the comment section. That's the instant reaction. Everybody, take care.